We talked about cloud yesterday in this meeting, and this is what I heard, that the Teradata database runs on commodity hardware.
Yes, you heard that correctly.
What does that mean?
It means it's not proprietary. It means it's common, off-the-shelf. Basically, you would pay a premium in the past for NCR or Teradata hardware. What they're saying now is it's more cost-effective because it can run on commodity hardware, and by definition, commodity hardware sells at a lower price than anything that's proprietary. So that's one of the advantages. The other advantage, the real advantage, is you don't have to bring it in-house necessarily. If it's in a public cloud, you can basically just pay for the resources you utilize, as opposed to making a huge upfront investment. Now, what this potentially will do is open up the Teradata capabilities to smaller companies that can either start off there, or potentially larger companies that might have outposts somewhere where they might want to have their own installation. And rather than bringing in, well, Teradata has a variety of boxes now, but rather than bringing in a huge box, for example, they could just purchase services as they needed off the cloud. Ironically, cloud is not anything new either. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's timeshare revisited from way back when. This is just, I mean, the bandwidth is obviously much higher than using phone lines way back when I actually did use it when I was in school. But it's just a way of bringing services to people from outside of their own facilities over basically pipes, and the pipes these days happen to be the internet. It will continue to evolve. I think you're going to see more and more services offered on the cloud. You're going to have issues of, well, some of our data is in the cloud, some of our data is localized in our own data center. How do you integrate the two? I mean, there are a lot of advantages, but there are also lots of things you have to consider as you raise the cloud. You know, for example, this interview is probably in the cloud by the time we're done with it. All right, it could be available on demand in the cloud. But you know, now you have hardware in the cloud, software in the cloud. Someone pointed out you have data in the cloud. The whole idea is you don't have to make huge upfront investments, which may or may not be cost effective in the long run. And it's up to each individual company, actually, or organization, to figure out what's best in their particular environment. I mean, overall data warehousing architecture should include multiple ways of implementing. It's not necessarily just one solution. It's what's best in each situation and what can be integrated together in the long run.